I'm outside the Channel Islands National Park Visitors Center in Ventura, California, and in about 3 minutes I need to be heading to get myself signed in for my boat trip across. It's not going to sail for another hour or so, but it's good to be there early. Now there's going to be no facilities on the island Santa Cruz, so I'm taking lots of water, taking food. It's quite overcast, so I'm taking my fleeces as well as my full set of waterproofs. I'm taking sunscreen in case it does become sunny, also some chapstick. One thing that I'm doing, which I don't always do, is I've thoroughly cleaned my boots. I made sure there's no dirt, no traces of soil, and definitely no seeds on them, because the islands do have their own ecosystem, so I don't want to introduce anything that shouldn't be there. So all I need to do now is get checked in and make sure I'm on the boat, and hopefully on the way back as well. As you can see, it's spring break, so there's lots of families out. 2 boats are going to be leaving. They're going to different coves. I'm on the furthest boat, the Islander.
See the seals over there? Anybody see the seals? Oh, no, 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 you don't. Not a single seal on that buoy. Well, then, Captain Lee, what are those creatures out there? But these are California sea lions, and they are very... Whoa, look at that big cow. Whoa. How did he do that?
Santa Cruz Island away in the distance now. It's where I'll be heading, on the northern shore. You can see how tall the cliffs are on smaller islands. That makes it fantastic nesting ground for birds. Those are why these islands are so important.
So when they come up, you can see the size difference. Yeah. There's another one at 12 o'clock as well. All of a sudden, they're everywhere. We might just be stuck here. Oh, look at this one. Oh, 11 o'clock. Oh my gosh.
docked Prisoners Cove. You see the boat, the island of Ventura. This is Santa Cruz Island. On all this island. It's quite big. I've heard 100 square miles. This is a corral, Prisoners Harbour, for the cattle that used to graze this island. And a lot of this area here used to be wetland, but quite a lot was filled in with gravel and the stream was diverted, so this isn't very natural. You can probably see the warehouse over there. Here's another one of the field systems used for cattle. So this area is now probably considered historic. Say it's quite a nice warm sunny day, but there is a nice cool ocean breeze coming in. A lot of vegetation on this island is non-native, but a lot of that is also being cleared away to be replaced with the native and endemic species of plants. Half of this, well, quite a lot of this island, maybe 70% or so, is owned by the Nature Conservancy, so they've taken away all the feral pig population, and same with the cows, and it's allowing some species such as the bald eagle to return. And there's a native species of fox, the Channel Island fox, and it's about 18% smaller than normal ones found in the California mainland. And they're quite endangered because golden eagles have moved to the island and started taking them off, as well as the feral pigs. But it's hoped that with the removal of the feral pig population, that those eagles will decide it's not worth living out here anymore and leave the poor Channel Island foxes alone. What a nice stream. Well, I've got about 3.5 hours here today, so I'm just going to have a very easy explore and then maybe sit by the ocean for quite a while. We did stop to check out all those humpback whales, so we're overdue landing and getting on the island by maybe 30-40 minutes. I'd have liked to have done a loop trail, which is 8 miles, but I don't fancy attempting that in the 3.5 hours, just in case something goes wrong or I do get lost. The boat will leave without me. The island is divided by a fence from National Park Service land, Nature Conservancy lands. So this road leading up here is still part of the National Park Service. Now, these islands have been used for ranching for 100 years. Before that, the Native American population, the Shumash, lived here. And from my first time on the island, I remember a little bit of knowledge about them, that they had quite a market on making decorative jewellery because of there's a special kind of soil here, and it cleans and polishes pearls extremely well, so they could trade those with other tribes or bands living on the mainland. And if you're lucky, you can find the patches where they would just sit down and just roll the pearls in their fingers with this mud and it would just polish them up nicely. Let's go check out these nice flowers. Hopefully they're native, because they look quite nice, and if not, then they'll have to go. The Channel Islands are actually quite hilly. And that's why they're often quite important habitats for birds, because they have very steep cliffs which stops predators getting to the bird's nest. Well, the boat's now leaving, so I'm here until it gets back. There's absolutely no way off. If I just walk a little bit further back down the slope, be able to point out the coastline of mainland California. The islands are separated from California by the Santa Barbara channel. Now, these islands were never actually part of the mainland. They rose separately, and they were probably all one island back around the last ice age when the sea levels were lower. And small mammals, such as the native Channel Island fox, will probably come across drifting on bits of wood if they ever got swept out to sea. So yeah, that's California coast. After about an hour, I've made it up onto this central ridgeline now. So I've got slopes down to either side. You can still see coastline of California. And then also see it further down this way and out. Further in that direction is just the Pacific. And as we all know, once you reach the horizon, you'll drop off the edge because the earth is actually flat. Oh, I haven't had some snacks for a while, but I'm on my way back down now. It is 1:30 now, and at 3:30 the boat will be pulling away from the dock. So I want to be there well before. It took me about an hour and a half to get up here, so maybe a bit quicker going down. So hopefully I'll be there for 3. You just get to wait for the boat to arrive. It's a nice sunny day. Well, when I was in Ventura it was so overcast, and they can still see all the clouds hovering over the coast there. Out here on Santa Cruz, it's much nicer. Make sure I've got lots of sunblock on. I think this is the boat coming in now. Quite a nice little waiting area and dock.